everybody, Icelandic Farmer here, and welcome back to the series Trucking in Europe. We are still on beta version for getting ready for the release of the France DLC. I actually did check before I started the game. The DLC isn't out there yet, so we're still going to work our way down to France. Hopefully the DLC will be out soon. And I actually went to the job market and did actually find this nice little job of ours for us, gas pipeline parts, 24 tons. It goes from Denmark, Odense in Denmark, over to England, Liverpool in England. So it's really near France. So it's just for us to get started. Could check the bank. How is our bank status? We can soon pay, maybe after this job, we can actually pay off this loan, 100,000 loan here. And that would actually, our daily loan will actually go down by almost 3,000 euros per day. And that's quite a lot of money to get out of the way, if you can say. So let's jump in our nice Volvo, get started. There, lights on, yeah, everything is actually on there. Take the parking brake off and let's get started. I think it is actually at the same place as we actually delivered. So let's just drive here, earn money, and there it is. What is the difference, or what can we, yeah, we can actually decide if we want for this low bed trailer or this one. Let's go for this one. It looks good. Take job there. So where is this trailer? It should be here in the back, I think. Come on. No, it's not in the back, it's actually just right here. Yeah. Just drive past everything here when we delivered our last load. So let's get this trailer on our good Volvo truck. There. Taking up the legs, and now we are actually ready. Let's drive forward here. Just get this forward. Stop here, get an outside view. We need to check everything with the lights, brakes, and park lights are on. And while we are out here, let's take this usual photo shoot. As always, well, this is actually the best spot here, I think. Just need to find the right angle. Get up there and a little bit over to here. And get this focus on and click there we have it. I need to have a thumbnail photo. So I actually, when I did start the Steam, actually I needed to update over 500 megabytes, half a gigabyte, before I could actually start the game. So it shouldn't be far away, I think, this French DLC. I think that is just updates for graphics and the game in whole, because of the new DLC is coming out. So I think the DLC will be out soon, really soon. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's something new, like the Scandinavian DLC that I really loved. My opinion, they could have put more cities into the Scandinavian, when could have gone further north. But I think that is something that will come later on. It will be more north cities of both Norway and Sweden, and they even maybe will get in Finland. So our map is getting bigger by the... Whoa, yeah, he actually did stop, so thank you. The AI traffic is actually changed. I have noticed that they are much nicer to you when you are driving on roads, giving you space all the time, giving you way in interjections and such. And yeah, I think they have actually done quite a lot of stuff, changed on that in the game. And by the way, this pipe that we are hauling is 24 tons, so it's quite heavy. Not so really much, but it is okay heavy. Go out. It actually is a wide load. If you look at it's staying out of the trailer. So actually we should have beacons on, but there isn't any lights, signs on the trailer that shows that this is the overload or oversized trailer. So I'm just going to ignore that and drive without beacons, because we actually don't need it. I think actually he did change lane. Yeah, he did actually. So let's go over to this lane too. It's a man, M-I-N, man. You always joked about the M-I-N, man. You can. It's the hair on the horse. You can say in Swedish, and they talked about giving it corn, because, or such food for horses, so he can run, because they saying that this is it's a horse. So it's really hard to say this joke when you don't exactly know the words in English. I don't think there's nothing really wrong with these trucks. They are I'm not just really used to them. I have driven them, not so much the newer versions. I actually did drive one of those in Iceland. It was a really old one, and it did have this double H gearbox, and I actually hated that one because it was really hard to get it into the reverse gear. You had to struggle to get it in the gear, and probably because the track was old and all these what you call it, what is the name? All these moving parts from the gear shifter in the cab and down to the gearbox itself maybe was starting to get really old and bad, so you didn't get exactly the right position on the down in the gearbox, and that's probably why it was so hard to put it in the reverse gear. I have actually even driven a Scania with these 10 gear shift gears. Let's just forget about we take this road here. 10 gears shifter, and it was an old truck. I remember it was one that I actually had in school when I was taking my driving license for truck, and I remember when you were driving this truck, you actually needed really much to know exactly where the gears were, because you couldn't feel it in the gear shifter in the cab. Even if you had it in the, for example, the first gear, you could take the gear shifter in the cab and just roll it around in the cab, and you didn't know which gear you were in. So that was kind of a learning curve there on that truck, I remember. But when you had driven it maybe 5-6 times and starting to get used to the gearbox, you had no problem to find the gears anymore. It was no problem at all. So it's what you get used to, I think. I think that is the biggest thing for truck drivers. Like many of us love, like myself, Volvos, many other, Scania, DAF, you name it, all the trucks. We have all different trucks that we actually do enjoy more than others, and I think that is just what you get used to and feel safe in. I think that is the main reason why we drive and wish to drive this kind of model. Like myself, I feel safe driving a Volvo because I have driven Volvo quite a lot, and I know how these trucks actually, whoa, this was really close, how the Volvo's truck actually works, because I've done quite a lot of reparations myself, fixed stuff on them, done some electric stuff. They're really similar in many ways, of course, with the Scania and Volvo. But as I said, it is what you think your safe zone is. Is it in Volvo? Is it in Scania, DAF, or MAN, Mercedes-Benz, whatever? And as long as you have truck drivers on the road, you will always have the fight of which truck is best. That's just a fact. Everybody will be fighting about which truck is best. So let's get over to England. There we are. And the clock is 4:40 in the early morning. Get an early start here. So let's just get driving. So now we need to remember we are in England, so we need to be driving on the right side of the road, otherwise we will have a ticket and probably crash. So let's see if I just love the gearbox in Volvo, is because I am used to this gearbox, so it's easy for me to remember all the layouts for the gears. It's the same. Scania is actually really easy too, because it is the same, almost the same layout, just backwards. So it's they're really similar, just backwards. You have to think the other way around. Instead of having the first gear straight ahead, you take the gear shifter backwards. So that is the difference there. So these two are really similar. I have actually tested both iShift and this OptiCruise from Scania. I haven't tested MAN or Mercedes. Yeah, Mercedes, but that was a really long time ago. That is almost 20 years ago. I did drive a Mercedes truck, and that was actually quite an old one. And it had this automatic shifter. That one, even if it was old. But I have tested them both in Scania and Volvo, and I have to say Volvo is so far ahead in the gearbox, automatic gearbox, than Scania. The Scania that I did drive, if I was there was this particular hill that I needed to climb every time, and if I had put it in an automatic gear, it actually put it in neutral in the middle of the hill, because the gearbox kind of lost his way which gear he should change into, and instead of putting in next the gear, changed down one gear, just went into neutral. So every time that I went up that hill, I needed to change from automatic to manual and manual shift myself. When I did drive Volvo, I never had to do that, because even if it wasn't sure which gear it will go, it changed down one gear, and if he felt that it was too little, he just shift down even more. So I didn't need to think about that actually. I did not have this double clutch that they have today. They have these this new clutch they have in their truck, double clutching. It's two what do you call it? Clutch rings or whatever we call it. I'm not sure what the English name is. There are two of them instead of one, so it should. They say that the newest trucks with this double clutch is actually so soft clutch that you don't feel the difference from gear 1 to second gear, or every time it shifts gears. I haven't tested myself. I haven't actually gotten the honor of driving these new 2013 or was it 12? I think it was 13 actually. New truck. I haven't driven that one yet with the new clutch, so I can't say if I know the difference there. But I did drive the truck before that, and did have actually one for a whole year for myself. Then I really loved that truck. It was a really good one. Discs, yeah, that was what I'm calling it. There's 2 clutch discs in this new clutch, and it makes it more smoother shifting. And of course they have come with this crawler gear too. If you have seen the videos, they have been showing these videos on Facebook and everywhere. When they are actually hauling 750 tons of containers, 30 meters road train with a 750 horsepower Volvo truck, 4 axle. It's really cool video, I think. And 750 ton, it's 1 horsepower per ton. And this new gearbox gives it 2 crawler gears actually, 1 and 2nd. I think you can decide when you buy if you want to have 1 or 2. I'm not quite sure how that works, but it's really cool. I think they're for my personal preview, I think Volvo is much further ahead than Scania. But now the Scania came out with a new was it S series, I think they call it. It looks, what can I say about the look? It looks strange. I mean, they have been having the same Scania look in so many years, like the Air series and the 4 series. I think it was the 4 series. They have been having the same look in so long time that I actually thought that when they uncovered the new one, I actually thought this one is ugly. It was so boxy, like a box. It's some round edges. That is what I felt when I saw it. I don't think they have. I think they have actually made Scania lose their image there. That is my opinion. I'm not saying that they have. It's just my opinion there. So don't blame everybody else. That's my opinion there on that truck. Because I actually liked the look on the Scania before. It was really good looking truck, and with the right extra utilities on the truck, it could look really nice. But the thing is that I haven't seen these trucks with bull bar in the front and lights on the roof and some cool paint job yet. So that can actually change a truck really much. All the stuff that you put on, lights, Michelin man and such things, a cool, a really cool, what do you say? How do you say it? Beacon lights on the top, and everything, special chrome stuff, and I mean, these can actually change an ugly truck into a really nice looking truck. All these extra stuff that you put on the truck. And I remember when I was driving a truck myself, when I got my new Volvo, it was actually really plain. There's nothing on it, just like it came out of the factory. And we did put a toolbox, a big toolbox on the right side, because we need it for all the stuff that you need to have with you. So, and we had a AdBlue tank on the right side and a big diesel tank on left side. Yeah, that's how it was. And after I started to, we actually put a bar on the top of the roof for extra lights, high beams and beacons. And then I started to put lights on the back of the spoiler of the cabin. And after you have started to do all that stuff, you can actually transform a plain, little bit boring looking truck into a really nice one. But it costs you quite a lot of work. I know that. I had a truck that I did drive, a Volvo FH16. What was it? 550, or I think it was 560 or 540. I think it was horsepower, manual shifter. Really nice truck. I had air suspension all over. You couldn't feel anything in the truck. It was so soft on the road. But it had really good looking paint job when we bought it. It was a used truck then when we bought it. And I decided before I actually quit my job there in Sweden that I would take my time and be on these truck meets. You take your truck and wax it, you clean it, you paint the tires and all of that stuff. And I did do that. And while you are doing a full trucking job, you are still working as normal, and still are going to do all of that job at the same time. You're using weekends, all evenings you can find to do all of this cleaning, painting. I actually take 2 weekends. 1 weekend for just taking off the wheels, painting the axles to let them look better. And yeah, speeding offense 550. Thank you. I should maybe go down a little bit on the speed there. The weekend, I did actually take another weekend for painting the tires. Find a right color for paint the tires, like painting painting the text on the tires, so you can make it look cooler. I mean, if you have gone on a truck meet and look at the trucks there, most of them have been painting the tires and making extra special stuff that the tires looks really nice, like they're totally clean, like they have put clear paint over it, so it's really looking really nice. It took me a whole day. We started early in the morning, and we were actually 2 of us painting for just 6 tires. It did take quite a long time. And the day before I actually was going to the meet, I actually took a whole day just on cleaning, waxing, making all of the aluminium, the chrome, everything, try to make it to shine using Absol for you doing that. Really hard work, lot of stuff you need to do. But when you are at this truck meet, meeting up with colleagues, talking, having fun, drinking some beer, it is actually worth it, I think. Even though you have some long evenings and short sleeps at the nights, and I think it is worth it, because as I have said maybe earlier, trucking, it isn't a job, it's a way to live. It's just how it is. You if you are a real truck driver, you are living your dream, you are not working. I think that is just how it is, and I don't think nothing is wrong with that. And that's why many times I have seen, because I've been in these shoes, living in my truck for the week. I've not been living months and months like some people, some truck drivers are, and I respect them really much. I mean, they're doing us a favor, because we don't need to go so far to go buy our milk. So let's see, where should we go? It's right over here. It's right here. So 550 for speeding ticket. That was no good. But for me personally, showing respect to truckers on the road, give them way if you have the possibility to do and such, is really important, because if this truck driver doesn't come to the finish end of his trip, you will probably not be able to go to buy your new telephone or your TV or your new sofa. He's been carrying your sofa that you're going to have been thinking about buying. I mean, it is really important, I think, to think about that. Yeah, I'm not saying that all truck drivers are good. Some of them actually can be, yeah, you know the word. But most of them aren't. So think about that. So let's see, how much are we going to get for this trip of ours? We did actually get in time this time, because we didn't need to sleep. We did actually... Oh, so close there. Why couldn't we get this little chunk over here? Yeah, next time we will be into level 12. So we got 564 XP. It's not very much. 13,159 euros. Not bad. So where is the bank loan? You already paid here, so let's repay that one. That felt good. Yeah. It's really good to get payback the bank loan. So let's go back here. Get this truck forward. Let's just park him here. I think that is good. There. Turn off the light. There. So this is it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me the thumbs up. Anything to add, don't be scared to give me some comment. And subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.